What's up, everybody? Welcome to a new video. Today's video is actually going to be really special because we're going to be doing a review of some Redbubble stores. You guys know occasionally I do these reviews, and I think the last review was maybe a week ago, 2 weeks ago. Really can't tell, to be honest. But you guys know I review your guys' stores, the subscribers, the watcher stores. So all of you guys who've been watching the channel, first of all, thank you very much. And let's go ahead and jump into these reviews. Now, for those who want to know how you can be featured on the next review, whenever I post a post like this on the community tab that says store reviews, leave your store name in the comments, that's essentially the place where you let the store names go. You guys could see here we have a bunch of store names right here. We actually got 68 total comments of people requesting reviews for their stores. And obviously I can't do all 68 in one video. That would be probably like a 15-hour video. So we're going to do 3 of the stores today. So big shout out to marcocemex. Sorry if I once again don't know how to pronounce the names, but shout out to you. Shout out to revolutionking out of Botswana, and shout out to graciedesignsau from Australia. So shout out to you guys. All right. First of all, let's go ahead and be clear. All of you guys did a great job, great things that you did on your stores, and I'm really impressed. All right. That's first of all, shout out to all you guys. And you guys did a valiant effort, great job overall. And like I said, anybody who wants to be featured on the next one, make sure you type in your store name, and we'll see what happens. All right, let's go ahead and jump right in. So the first store we're going to jump into is marcocemex. So honestly, when I saw this store, I'm very impressed. Very impressed with this store. The designs are beautiful. They're attractive. This is what I call an A+ for design. When I say A+, I mean it's just perfect to where you need to be. I would stick honestly to all these kind of designs here. The stickers, the postcard kind of looks like this, for example, of Santorini. I mean, it's just beautiful, right? It doesn't get better than this, in my opinion. Look how classical and how beautiful this San Francisco poster is, right? It just looks classical, like the font, the image. You got the little trolley bus thing. I mean, it just looks beautiful. I mean, I really can't give enough props to this store. Just a really attractive, and did a phenomenal job on this store. Really, you should give yourself a pat on the back. The Cuba one here is just amazing. And, honestly, you did a phenomenal job. I really can't, gas you up enough on this. Let's go ahead and see here what are the best sellers. And I actually have a proposition for you to boost your sales. So best selling was the San Francisco one. We have Sydney, Hamburg, Germany. Okay, so see here, something that I would do is out of the top 10, right? Because we have 5 here, 5 here. Out of the top 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 40% of your top sales come from Hamburg, Germany designs. I would personally create more Hamburg, Germany designs, but you already have 697. I would literally probably maybe double the amount of designs you have. I would create doubles of the stuff that already sold. So, for example, this San Francisco one, I'd create another one similar. Like, I obviously wouldn't be the same design, but you could maybe even switch up colors and create another one. I would do essentially more of what sells. Okay, your designs are amazing. So I have nothing to say bad about the designs. Let's get that clear. Something that I would do if I were you, okay, because this store has a ton of potential, and I think you're just not getting as many sales as you could be. What I would do is I would create a blog for this specific store. I would do it over Instagram. I would do it over Pinterest. I would do it over any other platform. I would literally use a blog for this. And I have the perfect idea. So For example, you have a lot of people, and you could rank very easy, not very easily, but you could rank relatively easy for this on Google, where people search for different articles like top 5 things to do in San Francisco, top 5 restaurants in San Francisco, top 5 restaurants in Sydney, top, things to visit in Sydney as, a tourist. What are the best places to visit in Hamburg, Germany? Things like that. You want to create those kind of blogs. And inside those blogs, you literally just post designs like this as like little ads on the blog. And that will, people who are interested in those kind of blogs will see your designs, and you never know, they might buy. Well, not you never know, they will buy. It's just a matter of scale and mass. Like, as soon as you get enough visitors to your website, as soon as you get enough readers on your blog, this would work beautifully for that. And you could do this with every city in the world. You could do this with Cairo, Egypt. You could do this with Hamburg, Germany. You could do this with, Atlanta, Georgia. You could do this with, and the list goes on and on and on and on. You could do this in Peru. You could do this in places, Argentina, Chile. Like I said, the list goes on and on and on. And you could build, literally, a whole entire blog called Discover the World, and you could just literally create article after article after article doing these things. And yeah, it might be some work, but by something like this, you would multiply the amount of sales that you're getting by at least 1,000, literally. Because if you think about the large pool of people that are being exposed to your designs right now, it's probably much smaller. Because if you think about it, assuming that you're not, let's just see the artist profile. Yeah, so you're only using Pinterest, right? And I want to go ahead and see how much, what's your growth here on the Pinterest. And it's an error. So I see an error here. It says show error. So you're not even really using Pinterest, or you're not even growing the account, really. So what I would do if I were you is I would hop on a blog and start blogging about these locations if you could. If you have the time, if you have, the resources in terms of time and effort to do this. And when I say it will literally multiply probably by 1,000x, that's probably the case, especially if you're doing it organically as well. You don't even need to pay for ads for something like this, because if you think about it, think of how many people on Redbubble search for stuff like this. The answer is not that much. And if you think about it, like San Francisco poster, right? This exact keyword phrase. It's hard to rank on Google for something like this, because think of how many other San Francisco posters there are. You're not going to be the only one that that ranks. And we could just see this as an example. If I copy this and I paste this into Google, let's just go ahead and go to Google here, and let me just paste it, San Francisco poster. I'm not seeing your art there, right? There's so much other art. There's so many other posters, but I don't see yours here. And that's normal. It's expected, because think of how strong the competition is. So what I would do if I were you, like I said, is just create a blog. Obviously, post your designs on your blog to get that Google ranking. Give backlinks back to your store, and create blogs around those specific cities of the topics that I mentioned earlier, and then just use these products as the ads within the blog, and that will help you make sales. I've done this so many times. I've done this with affiliate marketing. I've done this with selling my own e-commerce products. I'm telling you, it works. But like I said, you're going to have to be committed to it. The same way you're committed on Redbubble, where clearly you're committed. I mean, you made 698 designs. You're a very committed individual. There's no question about that. Do that, and I promise you your success will be greater. By the time 2 years come, you have a sellable asset that can make you over 6 figures. All right? So let's go ahead and move on to the next store, which is the Revolutionking store. So the Revolutionking store, the thing that I noticed about this store is that overall the concepts are pretty good, okay? Now, are the designs pretty good? That's iffy, okay? But the concepts of the stores are pretty good. So let's just take a look at this design, for example. Here we have January Kings cap, okay? So I'm not sure why it says January Kings, because the design doesn't actually include anything with January on it, unless I'm wrong, unless there's something I don't know. But the design, if you look at it, doesn't say anything about January here. I just see the word Kings. So what I would do if I were you, and if you look at it with the Kings, it's a little bit hard to read. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like maybe it's not hard to read as much on the actual hat. Like if I look at the model, let's just take a look at the model here. The model, it looks good on the model, but in like the actual photo is kind of hard to read. Like the text, it just looks a little bit too like thick. It's kind of hard to see. I noticed that same concept with other designs that you have here. So like for example, this. Let's just take a look at this. You have a picture of Happy Orthodox Christmas Day. It's just a little hard to read for the text. Now, that could be because of the background. It could be because of the images are not as clear. It could be, a mix of things. But like I said, it's a little bit harder to read. I'm not saying that the concept of the design is bad. The concepts are actually really good. But like I said, hard to read a little bit. Same thing here with like Hello Summer. Great concept. But this like the black part of the mountain in the Hello Summer, it's like black, the hat is black, could get a little hard to read sometimes. I'm not nitpicking, like I said, it's just sometimes you got some issues. Same things like right here, like this picture of the cocktail drink, it's also hard to see, right? Because the whole thing is like white background. So I mean, it's not a bad approach, it's a good approach, but keep in mind that when you're creating a design, at the end of the day, people have to go out there and wear this product, right? Like this product here, Let It Snow. I mean, it's a great design, but the problem is first of all, on a hat, and I'm not even sure why it's not showing here. Maybe I could refresh this. The main image is not, there it is. The main image, if you look here on hats, like these don't sell unless you remove the background. Like if you keep the background, it's not going to work. You're just not going to get any sales. But if you remove the background, then you're going to get sales, at least for most of the time. And that's what I've seen with my personal stores. I've sold a few hats so far, and all of them that sold didn't have like a background like this. So you want to make it transparent, right? And that just takes a little bit more effort on your work. Same thing with the hoodies and the t-shirts that are not all over print. You want to have a transparent background on the text, right? And I know a lot of people are making this mistake, but just a little bit extra time, a little bit extra care does a great job. Like, look at this one. This one has a transparent background, I believe. Let's go ahead and click on let's refresh the page so we can get the image here. It looks good, right? Live in the sunshine. Like, I can see, like, the transparent background is better. Now, once again, you want to pay attention to colors. So if I were you, for example, you know what? Let's just use the same example, right? Live in sunshine. The gray color doesn't match too well with like the live in sunshine color text and the blue. That's just my opinion. So you want to figure out ways that you can, for the product that you're using as your thumbnail product, the color has to look good with the actual design. They have to match. They have to look good. There has to be some sort of, synchronization there. And to me, here in this design, I don't see it. Also, I've noticed this on a few of your designs, but something like this, like the Let It Snow. Without reading the title, I wouldn't really know what this design was. Because if we look here, let's just go ahead and reload. If we look here, first of all, the design looks somewhat pixelated. Okay. Second of all, it says LE. And then here it says tits. And then it says now. So, and by the way, like these are not real words, right? If you want to say it, Let It Snow, it should say Let It Snow. It shouldn't say LE, that word, and then now, right? So, and sorry guys if I insulted anybody by saying that word, the word in the middle here. I want to keep my family friendly channel, but you guys feel what I'm saying, all right? So you got to think, who would logically go out there and wear something like this? Number one, it doesn't read in English, like it doesn't make sense. Second of all, the design is pixelated, it's not attractive. Third of all, I mean, all of that combining just doesn't look good. All right, and I'm going to keep it real. And like I said, I wouldn't know who would pay for something like this, but that's probably why you're having some lack of sales here, is because these designs kind of fit in that approach. As well as, and I'm not even going to mention that you're using like somebody else's face in the product, but once again, it's kind of hard to read. Like the text is not clear. And remember, when you're creating a design at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, would I buy this design? Like, would I actually have a design like this as a mouse pad for my computer? And if the answer is no, then you shouldn't be posting it, because typically, if it's not something that looks decently attractive, it's probably not something that's ideal. Okay, so keep that in mind. So you want to up your design game, and I've talked about this before, but any course that you could take, any kind of, books that you could read, anything that you could do to learn how to design better is going to be optimal. There's thousands of free videos on YouTube on learning how to design better with the platform that you're using. Like, this popcorn is a beautiful design. I love this design. Like, this design of yours, if you did this design, you knocked it out of the park. The image is very clear, right? The image is very clear. It's not pixelated. The word popcorn is very visually appealing. You can read it very easily. I mean, you just knocked that one out of the park. That one's a good one, right? Now, of course, there's different ways that you could kind of angle it on certain products, but looks beautiful. Looks like you did a good job, okay? Let's go ahead and move on to the next store, which is Gracie Designs AU. So with Gracie Designs AU, great job. I noticed this store. This is like, it's a really good store. I mean, there's really nothing negative I could say about this store. I can't point out anything negative. Same thing with this original store, the marcocemex store. I can't point to anything negative with these two stores. They're on the money. Their designs are attractive, and they win. They win, and they're successful, and they're doing well. I mean, just look at them. Now, sometimes, guys, this is a perfect example of how making simple designs can really, like, change your outcome on Redbubble. Like, if you look at this design here, are we on the best selling section, by the way? Like, I checked the store, by the way, earlier. The best selling. Let's go ahead and explore designs here. Let's just give that a second to load, and let's sort by best selling, right? I believe some of them are the Be Kind ones in like the first few selling ones. Let's just go ahead and take a look here. So we got the coffee, of course, the waves. Okay, Be Kind, right? The waves, the coffee. Very simple designs, but yet they're the best selling. That should tell you something. Whatever you're doing, Gracie, to get these sales on these very simple designs, do more of these simple designs. Like, if I were you with the waves, I don't know if you've done this already, but I would create like literally. Hold on, let's go ahead and scroll down here. Let's pick any random one of these. Let's pick this one, for example. Let's see if you created any alternatives to this. Yeah, see, I would create, you have one alternative to this. I would create like 20 different alternatives. I would create just like this, but in different colors. I would do one in pink, in yellow, in orange, in blue, in every color, in different shades of blue. And the reason why I would do that is because when somebody clicks on this, since you're already getting good ranking that you're getting sales for this, the rest are going to show up. Like, the similar designs are going to show up. You don't want other people's designs showing up. And it's not that you don't want other people's designs, but you want to overflow the marketplace. You want to be the person that has the most designs in the area, right? So that's one thing. The next thing I would say for you is that you could easily create another 1,600 designs on this store by just creating variations of the different colors you have. Like this Be Kind sticker, right? You can create variations of like different colors for this, but also you could get fancy with it. Like you could do tie-dye colors, you could get flowers in the background, you could do a whole bunch of things. And if you don't know how to do that, I would recommend you check out my blending course, the Autopilot Passive Income Blending course. Let's go over here to products. You can go over here to the blend course, and basically what it is you learn how to blend two images into one, kind of like what you see here. How I have this background of like mountains, and then I have this black paw. Now I have the paw, but with the mountain as a background. You could do that with something like this. Where is it here? Something like this, like the Be Kind, with like a tie-dye background, or like a flower background. Things like that, roses background. You could do a whole bunch of stuff like this. And like I said, you could easily turn your 100-something designs into 1,800 designs by just creating variations of these designs. And you can pick one design a day, like this word grace. Pick one design a day, create 60 variations for it. And you do that for the rest of the month. You're going to have an extra 1,800 designs, right? Or if you do it for 30 days, you're going to have an extra 1,800 designs on top of the 149 that you already have, and then just move on to another store and create more stuff like this, you know? And like I said, guys, you can make so much money off of one design by creating hundreds of variations for it. And I see you're doing different colors here, but like I said, what I would do is not just different colors, but I would do different color schemes. I would do gradients. I would do, everything. Like I said, the perfect course for you, I'm telling you. You use something like this, you get different photos like this, like the marble countertop or something like that. Put it in an image. It literally changes how people view the image. And the cool thing about this course is I don't use Photoshop. I use different softwares. I don't mention it here. I mentioned it in the course, obviously. If I mentioned it here, then it would kind of be exposed. But I don't use Photoshop. I don't use any kind of technically difficult app. And the app that I do use, you can use it on your your mobile devices, like your iPhone, your iPad. You can use it on a computer. You can use it on basically any device that connects to the internet. You could do this on the bus, on the train, maybe if you're at work, on break or something, you could do that. And like I said, you create all these different variations for things like this, like the hearts. It works perfectly for the hearts. All those kind of things you could do really well for yourself. So overall, guys, great stores. Okay, great stores. Just final notices is for Marco. Like I said, the one takeaway I would say is keep in mind the amount of people who are actually searching for content like this on Redbubble is probably a low amount. Your designs are A1, they're A++, they're beautiful designs. Take these designs, put them on another platform, first of all, like your own blog. Obviously, I would try to sell on different platforms but for your designs, but since they are so classic and so beautiful, and I would, like I said, create my own blog and give different tips and tips to readers. Like, for example, top 10 restaurants in San Francisco, top 10 restaurants in Melbourne, Australia, top 10, etc. I would do all those type of blogs, and I would promote my art there on my own personal blog, and then after a few years, I would take the blog and the Redbubble store, sell it for 6 to 7 figures. The Gracie Designs, biggest takeaway is, first of all, you're doing a beautiful job, great job. Biggest takeaway, create hundreds of variations. Not hundreds, but create 60 variations for each design that you have. Like this Grace one, create a whole bunch. Spend a day, create 60 variations for this. Spend a day, the next day, create 60 variations for this. Do that with all your designs, okay? After you do that, you're going to have over 1,800 designs. You're going to have a great job. And for the last one, which is the Revolutionking, I would say start off with just creating some designs that are a little easier to read. That's the first place where I would start if I were you. All right? So hopefully this video was some good advice. And like I said, if you guys want to be featured in the next review, I'm going to post up another post very, very soon. Like, after you guys watch this video, just go over to the community tab on the YouTube channel and post your name in the new post that you see here that looks like this. It's going to be brand new. It's going to be just posted. Something that I will say, guys, is before you post the name of your store, make sure you can search for it on Redbubble and you can find it. There's a lot of stores here that I tried to search for that just don't pop up, okay? So, like, maybe I can give an example, but where is it here? Like Dodgers 2022. I copy this. I go into Redbubble. Let's go ahead and do this into Redbubble and paste. If I hit search, okay, there it is. It comes up. But earlier it wasn't coming up. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. But just guys, just do that, basically. Make sure that the design is popping, the store is popping up. This is probably a bad example of a store. But you guys know what I mean, because that one actually came up. But a lot of designs that I'm searching, a lot of stores that I'm searching for are not, they don't actually come up. So make sure that's the case, so I can actually see your designs. I appreciate every single person watching this, and hopefully I gave some constructive criticism, constructive feedback that's actually feasible, doable, and will make you some more money, all right? I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out. Bye.